Hey guys, so this one it's gonna kind of take a little while because that's a lot to go through. Uh, but this one is, and could be in the title, but about the anime, the world God only knows, and it's a really good anime, but it just ends in a total cliffhanger, which I really hate. So if you don't want spoilers and you are interested, just click away. But anyway, uh, first we start off. Enter Kama. Kama is the I guess the hero, a hero. I guess he's not really a hero, really. But we start off with him, a hikikomori, aka a neat or a shut-in, and his passion is playing dating sims, and he lacks any interest in the real world, stating 2D girls are better and 3D girls are fake. Uh, then he ends up getting, I think it was a email from the demon world or something like that. I haven't watched the season 1 in a while, so I just got done with season 3. Uh, but he and this girl, I forget her name. I don't understand why I forget her name, because she's in the series the entire time. But Elsie, that's what her name is. Uh, he gets an email from her, and she is a demon that has to catch loose souls from hell. She comes to where he lives, and he helps her capture the loose souls because his experience with dating sims apparently makes him the god of conquering, or god of conquest. I think it was called. Yeah, it was conquest. Uh, he only does this because now he has a contract with her, and if she dies, he dies, and if he doesn't do it, then she I guess dies herself. So then he dies too, because I didn't really understand it that much. Uh, but anyway, they start setting these souls free, like these loose souls, getting them from the girls' bodies. He has to make the girls that are the host of the loose souls fall in love with him, and that in alone is a great premise, honestly. Because I liked it. I liked the anime a lot, but just the ending kind of pissed me off. I literally just ended it like maybe like 20 minutes ago. Uh, but anyway, uh, but in the final episode, the final season, there's a new story arc where some of the girls that he saved have uh, 6 goddesses in them, like one each, obviously. But in the third season, they state that he's saved, I think, like 15 loose souls and saved 15 girls, and he immediately like puts like he's he gets rid of some of their names on the list simply because he knows that they can't possibly have them because they don't remember him. Because the whole thing is that after he saves the girl's soul, because he has to make them fall in love with him, they kiss and everything. Uh, they forget everything, but the girls that have goddesses in them will still remember him, and he knows that like at least what was it, like 7 of them that he could cross off right away. I think it was. Yeah, it was 7. And he goes after all these the rest of the girls to see if they have goddesses in them. He already knows 2 of them have goddesses, but he didn't actually know what they were. One was inside Canon, an idol. She's a popular idol and singer and stuff like that. And her goddess was. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Apollo. That's what it was. Anyway, she had Apollo, and then his neighbor, uh, Tenri, she had Diana inside her, the goddess Diana. So he already had two down right away. So there only remained four more goddesses he had to find. And he immediately finds two of them, I think. One was Yui, who had Mars inside of her, the goddess of war. Even though it's supposed to be the god of war, but they changed some of the girls' names because the goddesses are the Jupiter sisters. There's 6 of them, I guess. But anyway, he finds Mars. He finds Apollo. He found Diana, and then after that he saves the fourth one. I don't remember her name. Well, I gotta check it. Oh, he saves Vulcan. That's what it is. And then he has problems getting Minerva and Mercury, but ultimately he finds Shiori, who has Minerva in her, and he saves that one. Then Mercury's the one that gives him the most trouble because there's only 2 girls left, and he can't decide which girl he has to go for at first until he finds out that Chihiro, the girl that always made fun of him, actually was like in love with him, and he decides to go down her route, and he finds out that she actually doesn't have one of the goddesses inside her. She actually just loved him from the very beginning, and after he finds that out, because he finds out she didn't remember him, and because he's about to kiss her, and she tells him that just be gentle because it's the first time or whatever, and he remembers that they had kissed before, and she doesn't remember it. So he's like, "Oh, you don't remember, so you're not one of them. Goodbye." And she asks him if she kisses him. Then she asks him if he loves her, and he's like, "Absolutely not." Being a dick about it, and pretty much crushes her soul right there. It was just fucked up to begin with. But anyway, then he goes before he goes anywhere to do anything, the other girl, Ayumi, who is the best friend of Chihiro, that's what her name is. Yeah, I keep on getting mixed up. Chihiro is Ayumi's best friend, and those are the 2 girls he had to choose between. And Ayumi, obviously, who would like their friend to get their feelings hurt and crushed, but she was there when on the rooftop, just watching them, and she watched her friend get her feelings just totally demolished, and pretty much beats his ass for it. And then after that, he goes he spends about like 5 episodes, which was kind of ridiculous, just to stretch it out to the ending, I guess. But it took like 5 episodes for him to get Ayumi to have her goddess awaken, which was uh, Mercury, or in the anime it was actually called Mercurius, but the site I used to looked at the Wikipedia page for it said it's Mercury, but I'm pretty sure in the anime it says Mercurius. Don't know, whatever. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I just watched the anime and it said Mercurius, so I'm just gonna go with Mercurius. Uh, anyway, he takes like 5 episodes just to get her to actually like get Mercurius, but in that time, like he has Chihiro. God damn it, I keep on mixing up her name. But Chihiro, like, on the fence about like what she's gonna do, and also Yumi what she's gonna do, because she's actually in love with him, and because she remembers everything. Because surprise, surprise, she has Mercurius in her. But he takes a while to get her because they're having like a falling out because they're best friends and everything. But then everything's all fine and dandy like soon after, because we're in what is her name? Hakwa. Hakwa. That's what her name is. One of the demons that that Keima's made friends with. The main one's LC, then there's Hakwa, and then there's Nora. Those are the 3 ones you actually have to know. But Hakwa shows up and saves Keima, Ayumi, and Chihiro from their bad guys. I can't remember what the bad guys' names were already. I just watched it. But the bad guys, they get their ass stomped in by Hakwa, and then then they go try to save all the other goddesses, because the bad guys were targeting all the goddesses. And then they find out that all the goddesses besides Tenri, which is Diana, were captured, and neither was Mercurius, because she hasn't awakened yet. But those 2 are the only ones that are still there. And then they try to Keima's trying his hardest to get Ayumi to be awakened, so Mercurius can help go save the other goddesses and the other people that he's conquered. And then at the end, when all the goddesses actually are saved and they destroy the gateway to hell that was like the ancient demons, like the old hell, because they created a new one, and that's why it's not like bad people from hell. But they destroyed that entrance, and that's fine. That could have been the ending perfectly. But then they show all the Mercurius was awakened in the last episode, actually, which was kind of ridiculous that it took a long ass time to get her awakened, but it took like 5 minutes for the other ones to be awakened. That's just me. But in the end, we see Chihiro, Ayumi, and Yui, along with Elsie and their other friend that's not really like relevant to the whole main story. Like you hear her name like a few times, but that's about it. But it starts with an M. I know that. Anyway, she pretty much. They all, you see them playing in their band, and then like Kayma's watching them at their school festival, which is like the last scene in the show, in the last episode, and he's watching them, and then they're in the middle of the song, and then randomly it shoots to him being on top of a roof by himself, crying and muttering that, like, saying, I think it was, I'm just paraphrasing here, but it says, I only did what I had, I only said what I had to Chihiro, and then he's crying while he's talking, while he's saying that to himself, and then we cut back to the band performing, and then that's the end of that, and then it just like skips ahead 5 days, which really makes no sense. Like, why would you end an anime where it just skips to 5 days and then that's it? It skips 5 days, and it says that it shows like he has some kind of guilt, and obviously it's because he actually does love Chihiro, but you know, whatever. That's just me. But him showing guilt is that he's in the middle of playing like 6 of his dating sims on his 6 monitors in his room, and he's like turns the games off and walks out of his room. That's it. It's the end. Like, what's with the cliffhanger? Come on, man. You don't do that to me. I just sat through 3 freaking seasons. You can't just do that to me. And the anime's been over for 2 years. So it's like, come on. Like, you couldn't just do like a couple of OVAs or something? Or OVAs, whatever you want to call it. It really pissed me off because, like, you had so much suspense. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. They're gonna get together. No. Just ends with them, like, not resolving any of the issues. That's a huge plot hole for me. Like, why? And also, the main teacher, I think it's Miss Nikaido, I think it was. She is actually a demon, but we don't actually know that until the last season, which I don't understand really. But you know, like that's a huge plot hole because they don't tell us anything about that until the last season, and it doesn't actually like say anything about her being a demon. It just shows her talking to one of the known loose soul hunters, and she has the same powers as Blue Soul Hunter, so I'm guessing she's like one of the section chiefs, like Hawkwell was before she got demoted. But anyway, those plot holes pissed me off because you can't just end an anime with so many questions. Like the manga, obviously you can read the manga, yeah. That's if you're a big reader, though. Once I read a manga, I'll watch the anime. But if I watch an anime before I read a manga, I lose like so much interest in the manga because it's like, oh, I know what your voice sounds like in Japanese and in English. I know how you look in color, but then it's kind of hard to be like, oh, yay, reading, when you're not really a big reader like me. I'm not a big reader. Like, I'll gladly read a manga, an entire series in like 10 hours because I have so much free time. Honestly, I basically work on like YouTube and stuff like that. Like, I don't get paid for it, obviously, because I don't have any subscribers. But you know, anyway, I have a lot of time, so I read a lot of manga and I watch a lot of anime, while I also like put in some video games and stuff like that. Like, I don't do videos of me playing video games, obviously, because I don't do that. But I play my video games, I watch TV, I watch anime, I read manga, I do all this stuff, and that's my entire day. Like, actually, I do this all at night because I stay up all night. I go to bed during the day, so I can reach like a bigger audience because I've realized that on my pages that most of my audience is not in America where I am, so I don't really want to like post something like 20 hours before my main audience is awake. So, or actually ready to watch it, or read, or at least check out the page. But I'd very much like to hear your opinions on this video, guys. I know it's really long, but I thank you. And again, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever, as long as you enjoy watching this video. Because I know I have a lot of fun watching myself do this, because I know it's gritty, but I love being able to interact with people. I don't care if they don't necessarily like me as a person, but as an anime fan, and basically I'm a NEET basically. So like, for me to be able to connect with other people who like or share the same interests I do, it means a lot to me. And I'm not gonna be like the stereotypical YouTuber. Oh, I love you guys. No, I'm gonna say I appreciate it. Like, if you watch my videos, I appreciate it. That's a great thing for me. Like, it brings me joy. And I guess I've kind of gotten that mentality from one of my favorite YouTubers, Markiplier, because he's so humble and he genuinely cares about his freaking subscribers and his viewers. You don't have to be subscribed to watch his videos. He'd just be like, "Yay, more people watching me," and that's why I don't really care if you subscribe. But as long as somebody views this, I don't care if it's just one person that views this, I will be happy, because that means I actually got to speak to somebody through a computer that I can't actually like talk to, because I don't use Skype like that, or Skype or anything like that. I just use Facebook and Twitter. So yeah. But if you don't want to subscribe here or whatever, you can always get at me on my page, Uchiha Obito. Or alternatively, you can just hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Roman, all lowercase, _Jordan, because that's my name. And I just put it reverse, so because that was the only one that's really like available for me. Because I don't like using fake names. But yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Later, guys.